make a confession. I've been bad. I've been a really bad kombucha maker. Well, so today my hope is to rescue my kombucha. I'm gonna show you something. This is my kombucha. This is my SCOBY. I was supposed to make kombucha on the 29th of August. Things just got rolling during the beginning of the school year, and the next thing I know, I forgot about the kombucha. So let's get started. So first I'm going to retrieve my SCOBY and pull apart the thickest one from the freshest one and get the freshest because, you know, they grow in layers. Then I'm going to steep a concentration of organic black tea. I'm going to add a cup of pure cane sugar. I use organic sugar that hasn't been bleached. And I'm going to use this bottle of GT's organic and raw original kombucha. This will give the kombucha its starter. I don't want to use any of the kombucha vinegar because that's not going to be a very good starter for what I want to do, which is make a beautifully flavored kombucha tea. I've been steeping 8 bags of Newman's Own organic black tea in water for 30 minutes. I tied them all together so that it would be an easy way to pick it out. Now what I need to do, this is my concentrated tea. I need to add in 1 cup pure cane sugar. I'm going to stir that until it dissolves. It shouldn't take too long since the tea is still really warm. With this concentrated tea, I'm going to add about a gallon of water so I can rescue my kombucha. Just a little bit more. I think we're there. To cool it down and get to making my kombucha faster, I'm going to add about a gallon of cold water. Most people would use filtered or spring water, but our water in St. Paul is really, really good, so I'm not worried about that. Let's see. We're around 70, so that's good. It won't shock the kombucha SCOBY. So let's get started. Whenever I'm working with my SCOBY, I do everything possible to make sure my hands aren't contaminated with anything. So I wash thoroughly with warm water first, get all the soap off, and then I do the added step of spraying my hands with apple cider vinegar. This is a homemade apple cider vinegar that I learned to make through Daddy Curb's Farms, one of my YouTube inspirations. After I've done that, I rinse it off. My hands should be thoroughly disinfected. So the first thing I'm going to do with my thoroughly cleaned hands is I'm going to reach in here and I'm going to pull out this giant SCOBY. Look at that. Oh my God. I'm going to turn it over because the newest layer, let me get a close-up of that. The newest layer of the SCOBY is on the bottom. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm actually going to separate this into a number of SCOBYs. I like to save these. Oh my God, look how thick this is. I like to save these and give them to friends. I don't know if a friend is going to want something this monstrous, but you know, This one right here would be a good starter. There we go. That one's not too thick. Maybe too thin, actually. That would be good. So here are my SCOBYs. I'll do something with them. I will take a thin layer of SCOBY, and that I will use in my new batch of kombucha. So with the kombucha, this is no longer drinkable. This is actually a kombucha vinegar at this point, and I would not suggest you use it for anything but vinegar. It's a great replacement for vinegar. I've made a kombucha vinaigrette before. I also have made a kombucha mustard, which turned out quite well and was an excellent gift for a neighbor of mine. So, like I said, I wouldn't even consider drinking this at this point. My plan is to fill the tea up to about here, add in the GT's original, put the SCOBY on top, and cover it with a cloth and set it in a dark room. We'll come back in 3 weeks and we should have some delicious kombucha. Okay, let's see if I can do this without spilling. Ah! Already spilled. That's about good. Yeah. Oh, there's a little SCOBY right there. And I'm gonna pick the newest SCOBY out of that whole batch, this one, and put it on top. Now, if the SCOBY sinks, don't freak out. It will rise back to the top in no time. Mine seems to be staying put. Okay, with plenty of fresh tea in there, the GT is acting like a starter. I'm going to cover this up and stick it in a dark room for 3 weeks. So this is a tea towel that I have folded in half, and it has very fine fibers so that nothing can get in. I put that over the top. I take a rubber band, stretch it out, double it, put it over the top. I put this one around, fold those ends in. Do you ever notice how people in Minnesota always end their sentences with a question? I'm gonna fold those ends in. I try to break myself of that habit and I can't seem to do it. So my plan for this kombucha is to save half of it to flavor it. I'm going to do a pomegranate cherry kombucha. My husband loves plain kombucha, so the other half I'm gonna leave plain. So there you have it, my rescued kombucha. We will check it again in a week and then again in another week, but it should be done on the 26th. Thank you for coming back in my kitchen. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell so they can notify you when I'm coming back in your kitchen. Bye-bye!